Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today, bringing you episode 1 of season 4 of the Fallout 4 Wishlist series. It is finally returned. So this series is created by your comments, so be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you would like to see in the next installment of the Fallout franchise. If your comment is awesome enough, you will be featured in this series along with 2 other commenters just like Jay Naylor. He says, I want there to be proper actual darkness in Fallout 4 because I never feel like torches have enough use. Now, I don't believe there's actual torches in Fallout, but I get what you're saying about the darkness thing. Now, I feel like he's trying to say here that he wants it in the way where it's like dangerous to roam around at night, but I still want to have the ability to see. I'm guessing that's what he's going for there. And since I feel like the mods, like the Project Lighting mod, I think it's called, or something like that, or Lightning City, I can't remember what it's called, where it like basically puts 1,000,001 lamps around the wasteland, is kind of just immersion breaking. I do agree that I would like this actual type of darkness, but also if there's darkness like this, I would like a light to see it in. Bethesda, I mean, the Pip-Boy light sucks, and I don't want to transform this guy's wish because it is a good wish, but if you're going to be taking this wish into account of the proper darkness, and by darkness I'm saying, he's saying lighting in general, not like the game's atmosphere, I'm talking like the lighting. If it's going to be as dark as this man wants it to be, I think that we need to have a Pip-Boy light that works properly, that I can either use to shoot in front of me, if you know what I mean, like an actual flashlight, or the bigger radial flashlight that is in the original Fallout 3, New Vegas, etc. But nonetheless, I really like this wish. I would agree that proper darkness would make sense. I mean, some people might look at this wish and be like, oh, that's a stupid wish, dude. Darkness? That's stupid. Of course there's going to be darkness. But I mean, it's like, well, you know, when you're walking around, you still can see just fine. So I think it would make a lot of sense when you're roaming the wasteland. I don't want to say make it pitch black, you can't see shit, but you know, proper darkness would make a lot of sense. Anyways, moving on to the next wish from Andres Cobo. He says, Fallout 4 needs like 100+ soundtracks for like Mafia 3, with a different variety of music from 1945 to 1963, ranging from rock and roll, R&B, blues, country, jazz, and soul. Fallout 3 soundtrack was mostly swing and jazz from the 30s and didn't really immerse me in the retro-futuristic atomic age. New Vegas kind of did a better job, but still too short. Plus, it kept playing Johnny guitar 1,000,000 times over. The Colorado radio mod was a great example of what should be in the next game. I totally agree with what you said about New Vegas. I wouldn't say that Fallout 3's music didn't immerse me, because I still listen to that soundtrack to this day. Sometimes when I'm doing homework, I'll turn on Fallout 3 soundtrack. To me, it's just a timeless soundtrack, mainly because of the memories with the game. But I agree that with time, it's natural to think that things get bigger, and I would imagine that a bigger soundtrack is almost a given, and I'm kind of shocked that we really haven't said anything about just a bigger soundtrack that could appeal to all music fans. Because here's the thing, is that the soundtrack for Fallout 3 and New Vegas, even though they were both relatively small, you know, 20 songs or so, even though they're relatively small, they fit perfectly. And I would rather have that than this absolutely massive soundtrack where it's kind of just like, alright, they're just adding songs to have them there. But if they put more of a focus on the soundtrack, because they now know how much of a crucial factor it plays into the Fallout games, where it is literally like one of the most important things. Like, it truly is. It cannot be underestimated. Like, if the music sucks in Fallout, it's fucked, you know. It really is. It's not going to be as enjoyable, if you ask me. But I really would like to have more songs so it doesn't get that repetition, because like he said, it did feel like Johnny Guitar came on 1,000,000 fucking times in New Vegas, and I wouldn't say that same issue kind of played in Fallout 3, but I do have to say that a bigger soundtrack, a soundtrack that appeals to more music fans in general, would be pretty good. I don't know about like country and stuff, but you know, that's just me because I don't like country music personally. But oh, here it comes. I'm gonna get flamed. But anyways, really, I would like a bigger radio, and I agree that the Colorado radio mod was a great example. I do have that in New Vegas, and man, that's a huge soundtrack, and it's wonderful. Love it to death. Anyways, moving on to the final wish from Sonny Natalino Genesis. He says, I would like to see combined speech options. Example, let's say you need to knock someone out, but by tricking him, and you would have the option to knock him out with 50 unarmed, but he won't let you go near him, so you will have to have a silver tongue. So there would be an option to knock him out, but it would say speech and unarmed 50. It would give more special options for certain quests. Now, I love this idea, and especially your example. That is such a cool example. You painted a picture beautifully in my head. Love these type of wishes, especially just how creative this one is. I would love this, mainly because I think of games like, for example, the most recent one is Bloodborne, where it's like, wow, this would only happen if I did this set of things creating my character, and then I did X, Y, and Z, and I ended up with something that was very unique to my playthrough. Those type of special options and unique encounters almost really bring the game to life, because it feels like the game is tailored to any type of character you build and brings your own personal character to life, in my opinion. So I do agree that having these special options where like you can combine speech and unarmed and all this type of stuff, I mean, there's so many options, speech and science, etc., could really combine and give you extra options to really kind of you know, get a one-up, maybe get an interesting outcome, a different outcome in general, just because your character is built a certain way. I think that would be really, really cool. Instead of splitting up the options, like there's a perception option, an intelligence option, there's a science option, yada yada yada, you know, you'd rather just have like maybe combine them all into something unique because you're good in all these categories, if you know what I'm saying. So anyways, great wish, Sonny. Just probably the best one yet. Anyways, be sure to let me know what you guys would like to see in the next installment of the Fallout franchise. Like I said, this series is created by your comments, and we can only keep it going if you keep writing awesome Fallout 4 wishes down below. So be sure to get to it. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.